afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand. Welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Sunday, August 10, 2025, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern. Trilogy of movies for a long time ago. Star Wars, I'm sure some of you remember those. And interesting how, we had the Force, right? And then we had the Jedi Masters. And how they embodied the Force with such grace and power. They moved through every challenge with a presence that felt unshakable and real. Even in battle, while risking their lives, they seemed to draw closer to the Force, as if danger itself pulled them deeper into its current. It kind of felt their calm, their focused minds were tapping into a highly intelligent source that we all have access to. It was mesmerized by this meditative quality that didn't flinch when Darth Vader entered the room. It didn't hide, puff itself up, or try to defend. It simply remained deeply present and centered in the midst of a major threat, listening to the Force, something far greater than the mind. The Force is what gives a Jedi his power. It surrounds us, penetrates us, binds the galaxy together. Obi-Wan Kenobi. We've all touched this level of Jedi mind before. Perhaps when we were kids, lost in the fantasy game, or later in life through meditation. Maybe it happened in the middle of a relationship crisis, when everything else felt or fell away, and something still, silent, and clear took over. This state is not an egoic performance, and it does not arise from the effort. It is deeply calm, centered, and quiet, connected to a power already moving beneath the noise. Now, let's consider that since we are living in an infinitely vast universe, an infinite number of possibilities must also exist in every moment. Given this truth, the Jedi mind is not some fictional fantasy from another galaxy. It is a real state of consciousness, wired into our DNA, buried deep at the core of our being. Whatever we focus on grows in energy and power, as we all know. As we hold this possibility as a possible truth, something magical begins to take shape in our lives. The more we rest in this belief as the core truth of our existence, the more we feel the Force moving through us. This is an ancient practice of entering a state of awareness that knows miracles are possible. It trusts in their unfolding without needing to figure them out. The Jedi mindset does not chase after anything. It rests in its connections to the living Force moving through the universe. There is no rush to arrive anywhere or achieve anything, for it realizes it is already one with the greatest power of all in all creation. Now, the Jedi mind does not ask for attention or praise, moves with pure clarity and precision, acting from response rather than reaction. Its mind is sharp, focused, and clean, moving as one with its intuition. This intuition is not a passing feeling, but a constant companion, an enlightened inner compass that senses the right action before thought has time to interfere. In this union, every movement becomes effortless, guided by the quiet knowing that the Force is already leading the way. A Jedi uses the Force for knowledge and defense, never for attack, Yoda. When we touch the Jedi mind, we recognize it as a highly enlightened state, marked by an unshakable inner stillness and silence. And this inner silence is not passive, not spaced out, and never ungrounded. It is deeply present to what is here now, moving only when the moment is truly right. It does not fear the dark or the light, but it is no longer in battle with anything or anyone. It has found deep peace within, having already integrated what once appeared as fear. And when the Jedi mind awakens within us all, the urge to manifest from desperation dissolves. We no longer demand answers or actions from anyone, for we have become the very answer we once sought. Confidence radiates naturally. We live in a state of divine coherence. We speak our truth with calm certainty, offering no justification, and watch as the field rearranges itself without the slightest strain. This is what makes the Jedi mind so powerful. It is not driven by personal gain, but guided by something far greater than self-interest. Serving the good of the world is not a burden, but the most natural expression of love. When fear arises or pain appears, the Jedi mind does not flinch. It does not push anything away. It simply breathes, softens, makes space for whatever is present. Its secret is not in controlling the thoughts that arise within, but in being so stable that nothing can pull us from presence, only guide us deeper into it. Be the mind of your thoughts, Anakin. They betray you. Be mindful of your thoughts, Obi-Wan Kenobi. If you've watched Star Wars recently, you may have noticed, how few words the Jedi speak. They never waste a breath. Every word is deliberate, precise, like the strokes of a master painter's brush, each one carrying the weight of entire worlds. The Jedi mind has no need to fill the silence, for there is no ego seeking to win the crowd. Their words are a pure transmission of divine energy, each one shaped by the truth as it moves through them. A Jedi does not rise or fall with praise, nor do they collapse under pressure, for they know pressure is only born in the mind. They remain egoless, balanced, free, clear. And this steadiness is not born from indifference, but from a heart attuned to a higher dimension, one that knows what truly matters and will not waste energy pursuing what does not. When we train our mind to be still and silent, third eye opens and our intuition sharpens. The mind becomes crystal clear, and inspired actions move through us without the need for reason. Every choice flows from instinct rather than impulse, rooted in a wisdom that is steadily grounded and precise. The more we live from this awareness, the more sensitive we become to the Force. We can walk into a room and simply know what is unfolding before a word is spoken. Our sixth sense becomes highly active because the ego is no longer overriding those signals. It trusts them. The Force becomes our compass instead of the restless mind. What's beautiful about these Jedi practices is how they deepen our connection with others. They make us more compassionate, kind, real. We no longer nod politely while our mind is drifting elsewhere. We are truly present and feel the energy that others are carrying. Our presence becomes a healing medicine that speaks without words. Train yourself to let go of everything you fear to lose, Yoda. The Jedi mind does not come from trying to be more spiritual. It arises from knowing, feeling the infinite spiritual self that is here now. It is seeing where the ego clings, where we feel the urge to perform, protect, judge, or defend. It is highly aware of where we lie to ourselves and choosing to stop that pattern and live solely from the truth. The Jedi mind does not entertain any judgment from others or about others. It knows there are no others, only one self moving through us all. It bows only in this self, rooted in deep eternal love. And from this devotion flows radical honesty, infinite patience, and the ability to speak the whole truth with the deepest simplicity. It does not wait for the next miracle to appear, but creates it by being fully present with the infinite self as it is here now. And when we live these Jedi practices long enough, the ego begins to soften. The background noise of the mind fades, and something ancient and powerful steps forward. We remember the infinite essence of our soul, free from the need to strive, to become, or to chase after anything. We stop needing outward results because we have found the space within that nothing can shake. This is where real power begins, when we stop identifying with the past and start moving from the truth of this moment. Time bends, and timeliness shifts at our call. Quantum field, the force itself, responds to our every desire and intention. All of this unfolds not through struggle, but through surrender. And the moment the battle to become someone special, powerful, or wealthy ends, the true Jedi within us has the space to emerge. There is no more reaching, only resting in the mastery that has been here all along. This is the mind of a Jedi. I know it's a movie, but it's uncanny how it compares to real time. It is a knowing that does not buy into the illusion anymore, but is fully resting as the living essence of what cannot be taken, broken, or destroyed. It is the unmoving center that remains when everything else falls away. Your focus determines your reality. Qui-Gon Jinn, Jedi Master. 5 ancient practices that will awaken the Jedi mind. Practice these 5 Jedi arts with sincerity for the next 41 days and watch miracles unfold. Synchronicities will align in our favor, and reality will bend in ways that leave us in awe. The path is simple, yet the transformation will feel like stepping into an entirely new galaxy of power, clarity, and unshakable presence. This is about our ascension. Begin your day with stillness. Start your day seated in silence, breathing slowly and deeply through your belly. Allow your thoughts to dissolve into the spacious presence that is pure awareness. Let your breath be an anchor that pulls you out of your head and yesterday's residue. Feel into the freshness of this moment. Sense the space all around you as alive, intelligent, and responsive. Relax deeper into the now. Feel as if the force itself is breathing through you. Move slower than normal. Number 2. Each time you slow down, you step out of the pull of the ego and into the flow of the force. Whatever you're doing in your day, do it at half speed. If you're showering, move your hands slowly over your body and hair, caressing your skin with presence. Let this awareness infuse every action. Pause before speaking and sense the energy that wants to emerge in your words. Feel into the timeless gap between thought and movement, and you'll find the clarity to act from wisdom rather than habit. And 3, breathe into every fear. Whenever fear or tension arises in your body, place a hand on your heart, take 3 deep breaths. Welcome the fearful feeling as a teacher. Allow it into your body with the breath. Watch the tightness with wonder until it softens. Your fears begin to dissolve. And when they are met with a warm, inviting heart, reveal your deepest spiritual presence to them, offering your strength and clarity to meet them fully. Speak with impeccable precision, number 4. Use fewer words when you speak, and ensure each word is rooted in truth. Speak as if you are carving them into the air with a master's perfect touch. Let silence be your ally, shaping the energy and power of each sentence. Speak not only to deepen the impact of your words, but to keep your energy aligned with your highest intention and life purpose. 5, sleep in childlike wonder. As you lie down at night, let your mind become like that of a child, open to the infinite galaxies above before dreams arise. Practice inviting in the consciousness of your childhood. Feel how your DNA awakens this youthful, vibrant energy within you. Drift into sleep as if the universe itself is tucking you in, holding you in curiosity and infinite love. Because we're all the force, the pure consciousness, the God, the heaven, the kingdom of God, all of it. It's no different than the force. It's almost exact. It's just described in different words. And this is part of the planetary populations. This is about the ascension of planet Earth and the people that reside here. It's a total shift in perspective. Being, existing, attitude-wise, perception, everything. You can see how New Earth expands, how people will be. This is a perfect example of how people will be. They'll flow. They'll float. They won't fight things. They won't rush things. They won't hurry. They won't stress. They won't fear. They'll embrace all fear. And this is the transition. If you look at the planetary population now, it's in a high level of stress. It's combative in some areas. It is agitated, irritated, in many different ways. You can feel it. You just step outside of it and watch it and feel it. That's how it operates. Now, you look at the transition on what I've just shared, it's huge. How many? You just don't know. No idea. Some will be obviously before others. And eventually, as it builds a new Earth, others will transform. It will be a totally different environment created by the intention is that we are part of all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And all this is predicated on our awareness of actually embracing this, the force, the God, the cosmic energy, the flow, uninterrupted, embracing And this is the process that everyone on this planet in some way is transcending. Might be a little bit here, a little bit there. Others more so. Right? Others who, for years and years and years have had the perspective, have practiced certain things. But for the most part, it's like it's ancient. But yet for many, it's brand new. See what I mean? This power, whatever you want to call it, power, energy, is everything. It's every galaxy, it's every universe, it's everything. And the energy forms itself into beings like us and others, who then create an experience throughout existence. That's how these universes were formed. They were formed by the collective consciousness and beyond. Through learning, through experiencing. Right? It's almost like a blank canvas and you have a master painter, artist, and they paint the universe onto the canvas, design it. And it's overwhelming for the mind to even comprehend that. Mind's too small of a container. But when you go through the heart mind even, it's more capable of absorbing more of it, but it's through pure consciousness that you perceive it because you're part of it. You're not separate. You're not separate from, let's say, the force, the God energy, source creator. You are it. You see what I mean? You are it. And for this civilization to embrace that fully, permanently, is ascension. That's what ascension's about. It's not halfway, right? It's all the way. It's a commitment each of us eventually will make, whether it be this lifetime or the next, and we'll embrace it. And you will have a new earth, a God planet paradise. Because when you look at how, in the Force, and how the Jedis operate, you can see how it's like floating. It's not obstructing the energy, the flow of the energy. It's letting it pass through you, all around you. It's moving it, shaping it, forming it. Right? And, the Force is not, believe it or not, is not an aggressor. It is tranquil, benevolent, because it knows all. It's aware of all. So it doesn't carry things like we do in the material physical world, of all these things in ego-mindedness. Fear, worry, stress. The obsession of control, money, and power. The obsession of being on top of things, or being in charge, or being superior to others. That doesn't exist. We operate actually as one, okay? But we seem to think that we're many because of the body and how the body portrays our stay in material physical world. And this is how we each part of the source experiences. Trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions. Quadrillions. Centillions. On and on and on throughout existence. And this is what we do. Some of us could take many lifetimes to comprehend and to be aware. But this particular time, which is a major, massive ascension of the planet, things have been accelerated. More aware of themselves and what they are within that body, and then expanding that. And meeting their fears and worries and anxieties and stresses. And letting them just fold away. You aren't ignoring them, you're just letting them fold away. And this is what happens when you literally elevate yourself into higher vibrational frequencies by choice. Not to get something, not to be powerful, any of that stuff, but by choice. Because it's our natural state of being. Everyone on this planet may not know it, for the most part, but that's what we're heading towards and to and into, our natural state of being. The force is our natural state of being. The elements. Cosmic energy. All of it. Okay? And we're part of this ocean of energy. Always transforming, moving, creating, manifesting on a continual basis. And we come into these bodies, like I've said, and we're here to master the ego mind. We're here to master our thoughts. And most of us get crazy thoughts, just absolutely off-the-chart thoughts. They're absolutely ridiculous. And we just say, I don't care to engage it. Not interested in engaging that thought. It's absolutely ridiculous. And you get in that habit, see? So when those thoughts come in, which they aren't yours, you identify them and say, nope, not interested in engaging in that thought. What am I interested in? What am I focusing on? Focusing on what I want. You switch immediately. Because those thoughts could just bang you for hours and hours and hours. But you focus on what you just switch. You say, I'm going to focus my energy on what I want. Because it's easy for us to just kind of waft off in all this ocean of thoughts that aren't ours. Entertaining them, bringing them in, giving them energy, experiencing them in our reality. And your focus determines your reality. Whatever you're focusing on, that's your reality. Doom and gloom, that's your reality. Happiness, joy, and bliss, that's your reality. Okay? And it doesn't have to be something happening outside of you at all. It's within you. You decide. You determine. Nobody else does. Nobody's going to decide for you, really, truly. And you determine when you want to do that. Where you make that great shift. And it doesn't mean you're ignoring everything over here and the flip side where, all the worry, stress, and fear and anxieties, all this stuff happening. You have decided to shift into a higher state of being. It's exactly what people do. Not that they won't be tempted to go back into ego mind and all the stuff, but they become more and more aware that that's not their choice anymore. Don't care to do it. And so they get in the habit of focusing on what they want in their life. And that's their reality. And your reality. So you can meet some people, you've probably met some people in your travels in this life that are that way in a lot of ways. They don't seem to get upset. They don't seem to get irritated. Somebody could be all excited, upset about this, and they just kind of take it in stride, and it's not an issue for them. Because they're focused on what they want. Their focus determines their reality. They want to be happy, they're happy. They want to be joyous, they're joyous. Whatever it is, it creates their reality. So if you see people that are doing things, obstructive things, destructive things, That's their reality. That's what they're focused on. Robbing, stealing, destroying, causing all kinds of chaos. That's what their focus is on. That's their reality. That's their life. Okay? And every one of us, none of us are removed from that. So when you see different actions of different humans on this planet, you can see what their focus is on. Their focus is on destruction, harm, all low frequencies. And your focus, you choose. Why would we focus on over here? Why would we do that? Because we don't know who and what we are. We get wrapped up in ego mind, the rest is history. The ego mind creates our reality, not us. But then we become aware enough where we say, this is my reality. This is what I want. This is what I've created. Period. And then this way, your life is the life you desire. Period. Without doubt, without questioning, with full trust, faith, and confidence in yourself and this universe. I'll join you in the meditation. I'll return to close us out. Take an easy and slow breath in through your nose, and an easy and slow breath out from your mouth. Remain still, relaxed into your body. Focus on your breath rising and falling. It's easy to manifest your dream life. Just tell yourself, it is super easy. And then relax profoundly into how you'd love your dream to look and feel. Be sure to include lots of fun, juicy details. This is your day to dream up the impossible. What would you manifest if you knew you could not fail? If you could access a hidden power inside you that allowed you to attract anything your heart desired, what would you choose to manifest? Would you want financial freedom, super fit body, an amazing relationship, a beautiful new home, a new car, a 3-month vacation in paradise, or perhaps you'd want all of this and more. Take this with you for the rest of the day into the evening and night and following morning. We'll return here Monday, August 11th, 2025, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern to continue our global guided meditation call. Be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. Be in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, and purest of the purest purest, eternal gratitude at all times. Be mindful of your thoughts. Be aware of the ego mind. Open your heart. Allow the magic to flow in.